What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Wake up with me. It's your man, Tresvon Pratt, with AIM, always improving the mind. How we doing today out there, guys? How we doing today out there? Tell me something good. Let's start it off on a good foot. What you do this morning? You got up. That's a blessing, right? What else you did? You tuning into mindset, right? You want to see how you could improve your mindset for the day. That's a blessing. Starting off on a good foot. What else did you do? Did you use the bathroom successfully with no complications? Oh, I got to put my shine on. Today is 2 for 20 Tuesday. I'm gonna put the link in the. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Get your shine on at shinecareproducts.com. Use the code 2 for 20 to get you 2 jars of shine for $20. So as always, anybody wants to join me live can do so. Link is also in the chat. Boom, boom. Tap the link if you'd like to join me live. All right. What is something you did this morning for yourself? Did you wake up to yourself? Did you wake up and gave to yourself? Or did you wake up and went straight to getting ready to go to work and all of that good stuff? Did you have to wake up and get the kids ready? Did you start the day with you? I hope you did. Hopefully you did. Otherwise, you're gonna get tired, right? And if you continuously start the day off in this fashion, if you're always tired, you're going to get to what we call burnout. Burnout is different. Burnout is a different level of tired. Burnout, I critique as fatigue. I've been to that level of burnout too many times. Too many times. I'm actually going to be challenging myself next month. I challenge you all to challenge yourselves. But man, burnout is if you've ever faced burnout, burnout is scary. Burnout is where you about to crash. Like you are it's dangerous. It's like it's you ever heard where they said your body gonna start telling you, like your body, you better listen to your body, or it's gonna do what it's gonna do on its own. And it will. The body will protect itself. I'm one who has operated on that mindset of sleep when you die. I have terrible FOMO when it comes to sleep. It's always something else I could be doing. It's always something else, right? I have terrible FOMO, and I know this about myself, so I'm continuously working on it, right? But I've been to those points. I've gotten to those moments where my body is shutting down. Like you do not have the energy to expel at this level. You do not have the energy just to get back home. Burnout is scary, okay? Burnout happens. When did have you ever faced burnout, and what happened? Do you was you able to acknowledge the progression? What led up to you burning out? Was you able to acknowledge what happened as you led up to burnout? I was. I'm very. That's a power of mine. I'm very self aware. I'm very self aware, and I was aware that I wasn't getting enough sleep. I knew I wasn't, but I was like, whatever. Sleep when you die, right? Keep on going and keep on showing up and just keep on working. This is why I tell guys now, like have a sense of work ethic, a drive, keep on going, yeah, but also be self-aware. We're gonna talk about this. Rest is a part of the work. Look at rest as work. If you're one who has that same mentality as me, where I sleep when I die, right? Look at rest as part of the work. It's part of the process. Change your view on it. It's not doing nothing, right? It's not wasting time. It is essential. Everything is processed during your sleep, and you need time to process. All of these cells being rebuilt, all of this digestion, all the nutrients processing and going to where it needs to that you've eaten throughout the day, all of this energy building, right? All of this thought processing and storage, recharging, getting ready for the next thing. All of that happens while you're asleep. Your gains, if you do a workout, you don't get your gains until you get your sleep. So it doesn't matter how hard you work out. If you're not getting enough rest, you're not going to see the results. So rest is essential. We could talk about that. Um, when I started facing burnout, I wasn't allowing myself to sleep. I would sleep 4 or less hours. And there was one time I think I slept for 2 hours and was back up, and I was doing crazy work, physical work, right? Nonstop. I wasn't drinking enough water and I was sweating like crazy. It was hot and I was just on go, right? Man, come I wasn't even at the end of my shift and I got a headache. I started getting hot, getting feverish. And I was like, okay, whatever, push through. At least push through this shift. When you get home, you're gonna get some sleep. Cause I know I need it, right? And I had I was about to crash. When I say I'm about to crash, it's when you ever see somebody who fall asleep standing up? You ever see somebody fall asleep? Have you been one who's fallen asleep mid conversation, right? It's like they just stop. It's scary, man, because you don't have no control. What's scary about it to me is I can't control it. Like no matter how much I'm telling myself to go, my body is stopping. That's burnout. That's burnout. You have to rest and recharge from burnout, right? How did you get to a sense of burnout? You're not sleeping. You're not prioritizing yourself. You're overworking yourself. You're doing too much. What are you eating? Because if you moving that much and if you working that much, more than likely you just eating whatever you can on the go. And most of the time, we're not grabbing the fruit. We're grabbing the chips. We're grabbing some type of bar, right? Some candy. Don't let me get started on those energy drinkers, right? I know somebody who drunk a monster every day, every day. Said, if I don't drink this, I'ma crash. Where your body is telling you that you need to crash, dog. You operating from burnout. You drinking a month. Hey, what did I say about those crutches? We don't want no crutches. If you got to drink an energy drink every day just to have the energy, then you need to stop. You have enough energy to do whatever it is that you need to do, right? So you need to stop. But if you drinking an energy drink every day, that's a crutch. You trying to get energy somewhere else when you got it in you already. Anyhow, I know somebody who was drinking a Monster every day. I know another guy who would do, all of the juice and all of the pre-workouts. He trying this and trying that, all of these different uh, supplements and chemicals. Nothing natural. Trying to hurry up and cut and get the body that he want. He got the body that he want, but he almost died. It was like he was shaking and stuff uncontrollably. Started getting patches and blemishes, and I don't know if it was internal bleeding. I mean, bro, just like he went from having a cut body to looking like a cancer patient. I know this person. I worked out alongside this person. And I was like, yo, like that's not healthy, dog. Like you he didn't realize it, but I'm telling him, like, you killing yourself. I can't see you wither away. I don't want to see you wither away. Right? Your body will tell you, man. Your body knows. Your body knows. And you gotta pay attention. You got to pay attention. That's actually one of the things that I'm challenging myself for next month. Black History Month, we always do challenges. I'm doing push-ups, right? Um, listening to my body, whatever it says it needs, instead of ignoring it. And you don't tell me, I tell you. I'm gonna listen to my body. We all can pay attention to ourselves a little bit more. I'm gonna make sure I get adequate sleep. Because I was talking about burnout, but I've been operating over with 4 hours of sleep lately, like this whole month. And the job is being demanding, trying to get me to do no days off. I prioritize myself. I'm gonna get at least one day off out this week, right? And that day I'll get 6 hours of sleep. So how do you know you're facing burnout? If you need energy, right? If you're always tired, let's look up the word fatigue, because fatigue is different than just being tired. Let's look up the word fatigue, because it's different than just being tired. That's the word I was looking for. It's weariness from bodily or mental exertion. You're exhausted. Weariness from bodily or mental exertion. You can't exert anymore. When you're facing burnout, you are in fatigue. You can't exert anymore. You have no more energy to give. Your cup has emptied. You need to fill your cup back up. Now, I know some people that say they never faced burnout. What's the difference? Like, you still get tired, but you never reach that level of fatigue where you're shutting down. What's the difference? Mm. What is the difference? The difference is what you're putting your energy into. I saw a clip, right? I think it was Gary Vee. Somebody was speaking on this very topic, and they said the reason why you're facing burnout is because what you're putting your energy into is not meaningful enough to you, right? Let's explore that. What you're putting your energy into is not meaningful enough for you. I personally know. Matter of fact, I go to Friday. Last Friday, I told y'all that it was like I was so filled. I had 4 hours of sleep that day too. Let's see what I did. I woke up. I did a small workout. Right. I went live with you guys. Then I created my products, restocked my product for the event that I was a vendor at. I was a vendor for both of my businesses, for AIM and Shine, and I was the only one there. Couldn't get any assistance, which was it was just awesome. It was fine, but I'm operating two entities at once, right? All that energy given into the youth. Then right after that, attended to some other things. I got me a video game. I was able to play the game for like 30 minutes. And it was awesome. I networked, went and met up with my guy, saw some people from my past that I love, all of that. And I was absolutely tired, but it was one of the best days. And I did not feel burnout. I felt the tired, right? But that was a day I went from like 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. What was that, like 7 hours? 6 hours. I was on go from the time I got up. Why didn't I face burnout? Because everything I was doing was meaningful to me. Everything I was doing was purposeful. Everything was fulfilling. A lot of people are facing burnout. When did I face burnout? When I was doing all of this, expelling all of that energy to matters that didn't matter. When I was expelling all this energy, all of what I got to give to the jobs and doing what's mandatory from what somebody else says, right? Trying to resolve somebody else's problems ultimately, and them not listening, causing more problems that I'm now having to solve and repeat. And I always have to be there. When I started facing burnout, it's when I'm not doing for myself. So it made sense when the guy said, the reason why you face burnout is because you're expelling your energy towards something that is not meaningful to you. That made sense because everything else, I put a whole lot of energy into all of the other things. And yeah, I got tired by the end of the day. Look at me. I've shown up here every morning this month. Yeah, I've gotten tired. Yeah, I've been tired. Yeah, I shortcut some of my sleep sometimes, but I ain't burnt out. I'm here. I got some energy. I'm laughing. I'm happy to be here. I can't wait to come again. Can't wait. No matter who's here, no matter who shows up, right? I'm here. And I love that. So I don't get burnt out by doing stuff that's meaningful to me. Ain't that crazy? I got burnt out from social media. Social media is not meaningful to me. It's a means of marketing. Anybody I need to have social interaction with, I could do that in person. I'm a in person person. If you can hit me up on the gram, you should also be able to just shoot me a text. Side note, if it's my birthday and you know me, show me love. I don't need a post. I don't need a at. Don't tag me. A DM, a comment, none of that. I don't need that. Show me love. Give me a call. Give me a text. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear from you personally. Social media, that's for people that don't know me. And that's how I think. I appreciate it all. But that's how I think. So yeah, I got burnt out from social media. You get tired. I'm wasting a lot of energy and time on something that is not as meaningful to me. Wonder why it's burning me out. No matter how much you filter, you still gonna get some of the toxicity. You still gonna get some of the negativity. Somebody at some point gonna post something. There's a death. Oh, women and men are stupid. Oh, look at who's losing money and you're broke, because you're not making XYZ by the age of 25, you're not a millionaire. Like at some point, you're gonna get, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the ads. It's like I'm not even spending right now. And you go to look at a story, they're gonna switch to the next story, and the next story is an ad. Now I want, because we're consumers. I'm a consumer. I don't mind spending money. I love spending money, right? I love doing for others. I love gifts, and I always think of what can I give to somebody? What aligns with somebody? So these ads be getting me. you know, these ads be getting me. So I'm like, yo, like at some point, you'll be expelling your energy in the wrong direction. And I got burnt out from social media. I had to get away from it. Had to get away from it. No matter, even though I'm trying to spread this positivity, even though I'm coming with mindset gems, even though I'm telling you, hey, everything could be great if you look at it that way and everything. I'm still getting, I get the negative comments, right? I got threats. I got threats. Like, dang, dog, you so upset and you misery loves company that you feel threatened. You feel like you need to threaten me because of I'm telling you that it can be better. Like, okay, burnout. After enough of that, you get tired, man. Tired of being tired of being tired. Right? You can burn out from a lot of things. What are you putting your energy into? Why? I had to remind myself, I had to get away from social media to remind myself of why did I ever get on social media. I never got on social media to be, you know, the normal type of social. I never got on social media just to post random stuff or, like it's always been a reason. Even if it was to laugh, it's always been a reason. And that usually can skew in the wrong direction too. You can get lost on that, man. So I burnt out. I faced burnout with social media. I faced burnout physically. All of this exertion, and I had no more to exert. That's when you get to burnout. I recently started facing burnout last last December. It was no days off around the holidays. And I was doing no less than 16-hour days. No lie. It was no less than 16-hour days. And I still had aim, shine, husbandry. I still had life to account for, but I had to put it in the box of 8 hours. That's including sleep, eating, you know, showering, everything else, travel had to be encapsulated into that small window of 8 hours, if that, because there's days that I work more, right? And it was 7 days that I was doing this back to back. And at one point, I was driving back to my station, right? I was hot. It was a cold day and I was burning up, red flag. And I was like, I know I'm not about to get sick. I don't want that, right? So I rolled the window down, riding back to the station. I'm like 5 minutes away, and literally my vision started glitching. I was like, what? And I'm seeing this clearly, right? But I don't have no control over it. And I'm driving. Next thing I know, picture fades. Picture fades. If y'all ever seen the old TV, when you turn that TV off, it flash gets small. And then I jumped up. I'm still driving and I'm malfunctioning. Like my body shut down behind the wheel. I can't explain at night. I can't explain how dangerous that is. I had no more control in that moment. Like, and I was like, yo, just make it to the just make it to the station. You make it to the station, you could take a little nap before you go home or whatever. Just make it to the station, dude. Just make it to the station. I'm praying and everything because that's burnout. I'm literally about to crash with no control. I was like, yo, it started glitching, it started fuzzying, and then it started fading. I'm on my vision. Like I was like, yo, I don't even know if this car is actually in front of me, like the distance. I can't my depth perception, I can't rely on that. I can't rely on that right now. Let me try to stay as far away from all vehicles. I can go as slow as needed. If you want to go around me, I put the hazard lights on, all of that stuff, just to make this 5 minute drive back to the station. Because after a month of no days off and them days stretching 16 hours or more, and it was like heavy work. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just here. No, this is heavy physical enduring work in the elements, you in the snow and rain and all of that, dealing with people and animals. Like I'm outside with it, you know. After and shout out to my endurance because it was at the end of the month that this happened. But I'm like, yo, like you realize that you could be gone. You realize that you could crash and flip over in a ditch and not make it home because you putting your energy into this. And I made it, right? Obviously. I made it back to the station, and then I got home. When I got to the station, they wanted to see if I could do anything else. I said, "No, I'm leaving." "But we need you to." "I need me. I'm leaving." Left, made it home, couldn't eat that night. I just took a shower, got in the bed, and slept hard. My body needed to recharge. And you know what happened? I went into work that next day and was told that I'm not doing enough. Hmm, burnout. You putting too much energy into things that do not benefit you, that are not meaningful to you, that serves no purpose in your life, no real purpose. I understand getting a job, and I understand at this point a lot of the good jobs. You ask me what a good job is. A good job is one that pays you enough to forget your dreams. But you get you a good job. Most of the good jobs does exactly what I just said. Most of the good jobs require a lot, right? They still don't pay you enough to risk yourself. They still don't pay you enough to risk yourself. And a lot of the good jobs aren't things that people actually want to do. You don't find no meaning in sorting, right? You don't find no meaning in delivery. You didn't take a course or nothing for this type of job. You didn't pay or invest to be able to do this type of job. No. There's a good job that's available, that's a mandatory need, supply and demand. That's what most of the good jobs are, supply and demand. So you're just meeting a need, but it's other people's needs. And the one need that you getting met is, I need money. So I know how important it is, sure. But without you, there is no job. Without you, there is no money. Without you, there is no life. So how do you never face burnout again? Go back to the first live we did this month. You have to prioritize yourself and keep yourself the priority. You have to be self aware and you have to do well for self. It's called wellness for a reason. You have to do well for yourself. You have to feed your body fruits and vegetables and water. And you should do that from a standing of love. You should understand that you're giving yourself what you actually need. This is fuel. It's real energy. It's not an energy drink. It's not a energy bar. This is real energy, right? You have to make sure that you get a good amount of rest. You don't want to face burnout. You don't ever want to be there again. You gotta make sure that you get a good amount of rest. I'm challenging myself next month to do just that. I need to make sure that I get at least 6 hours of sleep a day, not 4. I can run on 4, but 4 eventually will lead to crashing and burning out. I need to make sure that I get adequate amount of sleep, right? Not only that, another way that you love yourself, another way that you uh, prevent burning out is by building your endurance, building your stamina. You do this, build your body, do some type of workout. What most people don't realize is a good workout gives you energy. Most of us that go to the gym, the reason why we go to the gym in the morning is because that's your coffee. That's your coffee. When you go to the gym tired, you leave awoke and warm and ready for the day in a healthy fashion. If you start your day off with a workout, I don't care how tired you are, you're not going to want to just get back in the bed. Even if you want to, your body won't allow you to because it's up. It's operating. Everything is moving. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's functioning at a high volume. Now you have energy. Now it's time to put this energy into whatever it is that you need for the day. And that's the truth. You need energy, do a workout. You can do a 15-minute workout, jumping jacks, high knees, push ups, squats. 15 minutes, boom. You could do that at home. And tell me with your heart rate now up that you still tired. Come on. So, how do you avoid burnout? Eat well, put the right stuff in your body, prioritize yourself, make sure that you're getting adequate sleep, right? Exercise. Hello? Move your body purposely, intentionally for you. Stop enduring draining tasks, draining people, draining conversation. Now, come on, man. I'm here. I'm here. If this wasn't purposeful for me, I couldn't keep doing it. I couldn't keep talking to y'all. I couldn't keep coming live. I couldn't keep, you know, giving my energy to it. It would be draining. It would be draining. I can't talk toxicity all the time. I can't. I will not. I will not. If I talk to people that only want to debate with me, I start to yawn. Like, I need to get away from this conversation. I'm done with this conversation. Like, you know what? That's when you start telling people, yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking. You're right. I'm gonna let you feel like you're the victor because I don't want to continue expelling my energy into this. You know what? You're right. Women are stupid. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because that's usually the realm. That's usually the realm. So I couldn't do it if I couldn't do it if it wasn't meaningful. I can't have I can't talk to somebody who is solely set on not listening or just want to get their point across from their hurt place, right? And it could be their experience. I ain't knocking your experience. You just need to learn some more. You need to experience some more, right? And usually the first go around, it's like I'm getting to learn the person. I'm starting to see where your hurt place is, but I can't continue to have thank you, TD. I can't continue to have the same conversation. I told y'all before, I can't if you come to me with a complaint or a problem, I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna listen to understand. But once I understand, now I'm focused on solutions. Do you want to solve the problem or do you just want to keep talking about it? If you want to keep talking about it, that's fine. Find you somebody that will continue to listen. I've listened as much as I could on this one problem of yours. If you want to solve your problem after I've listened, then we can do that. We can work on that, right? I'd love to assist you with that. I'd love to give you some insight that might help. I love to see what you do about your problem, but I would like to see something, some type of movement towards this problem. Even if the problem gets worse, at least it's not the same problem. Maybe that's selfish of me, but that's what I would like to see. I need to see some movement, man. You said an hour a day is a lot. I'm impressed with the 1 hour of content you are doing, that is. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Truth be told, I'm impressed too. I don't when you speak it from experience, you can go on and on. I don't I'm freestyling. I don't truly know. I know the topic that I might want to discuss, but I don't truly know what I'm about to say. I don't have a script. I'm not reading from a prompt or anything like that. So I'm impressed too. But when it's meaningful to you, when it's meaningful to you and you have some experience behind it, man, you just building purpose at that point. Right? So you never face burnout when it's purposeful. You never face burnout if you're prioritizing yourself. You never face burnout if you're eating right, at least moderately, right? Like I get it, you're not gonna go full vegetarian or just only eat fruits and vegetables and drink water. I understand you might have an energy drink every now and then. You might drink some juice or some soda here and there, right? You might skip a day or skip a week from working out. I understand. It's gonna be times like with me, it's gonna be times you only get them 4 hour sleep days. It's gonna be times. It's gonna be other days where you don't feel like doing no work at all and you don't do anything. It's gonna be times, right? But how to avoid burnout is by prioritizing yourself. Put some fruits and vegetables in your diet. And by diet, I mean just eating. Make sure you eat some fruit and vegetables, not fruit like items, right? Not juice, but actual fruit. Get you some rest, man. Um, exercise, please. Please exercise. That's for you. Anytime I start to feel any type of tightness in my body, I'm like, yeah, it's time to do some yoga. I love yoga. Yoga has been the most challenging exercise for me, and I love challenging myself. Yoga has been the most challenging exercise for me, and I love challenging myself. And I learned a lot. We ain't gonna stay there, but I might have to do a segment about yoga because I learned so much about the body and what's actually happening in breath work and how you can control your interior. Like I know we can control the exterior, right? I can control this. I could do all of this. I could control, all of this movement. But did you know that you can control inside? People have gotten gas bubbles that have gotten in their valve and they gone, where I've had a gas bubble and I pushed it back to wherever it needed to go to be expelled. You have control. I'm telling you, man, yoga is awesome, right? And you'll never face burnout again if you truly prioritize yourself. If you truly prioritize yourself, you'll never face burnout again. And you're making sure that you're doing or putting your energy to something that's actually meaningful to you. I know people that work like crazy. I'm one who work like crazy for their kids, but they never see their kids. They never spend time with their kids. Well, at least they're provided for. Cool. But if you're doing this for them, then they are the meaning. They are the purpose. So you need to spend time with them, not time away from them to give to them, This is where time becomes an illusion because if I'm not at work, I can't provide for my kids. You can miss a day. Trust me. Trust me. You can miss a day. You can reduce some time. You can reduce some hours. You could take a longer break. Something. You can make time for what you truly want. So if it's I gotta work this hard because you can get another job, right? You could do something interactive with your kids where you're still making money too. I know people. A lot of entrepreneurs was created by doing something that their children can see, that their children can be involved in, that their children can assist with. They created a product. Them and the children are in the kitchen making this product. That's spending time together and teaching them that you could do something that you love, that you want to provide to the world. You teaching them how to be self-sufficient. I know others, they got clients and possible clients that they have interviews and meetings with. They bring the kids on the meeting, closing deals. Because it shows that you're a different type of being if you bring in your child out of want, not out of need. You're different. That's beautiful. So we ain't gonna use that excuse. Well, I'm doing all of this for them. Well, do something for them. For them. I know too many that, oh, I missed my child's childhood. They had a roof over their head and food in their mouth. Yeah, okay. But they needed you. They resent you now for not being there throughout their adolescence and the pivotal moments in their life where they learning to be an adult. And now as an adult, they barely want to see or spend time with you. You got more time now. I've seen this happen. Prioritize yourself, prioritize your purpose. If you're not doing something that's meaningful to you, that's purposeful to you, and you're putting a lot of energy towards it, at some point, you're going to crash. At some point, you're going to crash. If you're not eating properly, fruits and vegetables and water, if you're not eating properly, if you're not getting an adequate amount of sleep, if you're not doing any type of exercise for your own self, right? And you're putting a lot of energy into things that does not matter to you ultimately, you will face burnout. So how to never face burnout again, how to never get to this peak fatigue. I'm talking about shutting down. Your body is shutting down. Uh, I go and eat something and throw it right back up because my body just can't do it, right? It can't process nothing right now. It needs to just stop. It needs to just stop. How to avoid getting to that point? If you've never been there, you haven't experienced it, then you don't know how scary it is. You don't know how truly concerning it can be. I've been there 3 points in my life that I could recall, and each time I thought I was gonna die. And each time I thought, like, "This is what I'm gonna die from, and this is what I'm gonna die behind." And each time taught me something different. "Oh, I need to drink more water. Oh, I need to sleep more. Oh, I need to eat better." Each time it was something different that I realized, I'm self-aware, that I realized that you're not doing for yourself. That was the ultimate that was it. If I had to compartmentalize it, I wasn't doing for myself. I was doing so much externally for other people, for other things. I'm serving somebody else's purpose, not mine. I'm not even listening to my wife because if you got a good partner, your spouse will see it. Your spouse will tell you. Like she called me crazy and psycho all the time for getting up so early. Now she's not a morning person. So it's funny, it's cool, but at some point you need to listen to your partner. Listen to your woman, bro. Listen to your woman, bro. She sees what you need. She wants to provide for you. She laid the bed out all nice. Get in the bed. Get in the bed. You need rest. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. It's been 3 hours. Ain't no way you getting back up to go right back. Ain't no way. You ain't ate nothing. You ain't drunk no water. Ain't no way. And she watching this, you know? Says on the mental side, when you get too busy, you will do what I call mentally expedite. Go ahead, explain that for the people. When you get too busy, you will do what you call mentally expedite. Explain that for the people. Says making decisions without giving it proper thought. I mean, you just think about it. You can't make proper decisions from a fatigued place. Another reason why rest is so important. You can't make proper decisions when you're tired. The decisions you make when you're tired, you're coming from a low place. You're vibrating at a low frequency. So, no. When you get too busy, you will do what you call mentally expedite, making decisions without giving it proper thought. You will. You will. Now, that's another topic I want to discuss is the difference in being busy and being productive. So proper decision making requires space and time. Proper decision making requires space and time. I could agree with that. You don't need a whole lot of time though. I think proper decision making requires a healthy mind. And if you're exhausted, I don't know how much health is there. When you're fatigued, when you're on the verge of burning out, man, I don't know if you're gonna make you're not gonna make the proper decision. But I wouldn't say it requires time because you need to be able to make decisions. Most of the time, we've made the decision. Truth be told, uh, when you take time to ponder and think on things, you're usually, well, you're only thinking of why not, right? A lot of times it was the right thing to do the first time that you thought about it. You usually go along with your first thought. So many people, I just had this aim Jeopardy, right? And I kept on having to tell the kids, like, you know the answer. You know the answer, but you thinking too much. You taking too much time to think. You thinking too much. I say it's a simple word. I will give the definition. You give me the word. It's a simple word. You thinking too much. Just say it. And a lot of the time they wouldn't answer because they're pondering and don't want to be wrong and all of that stuff. And I'm like, well, time is up. and I'll give the answer, and they like, "Oh, I knew it." Yeah, I know because it came to mind. It was the first thing that you thought about, but you taking too much time to think about it. Not to shit on your comment, TD. Um, but I could see how proper decision making requires space and time. Um, but at the same time, you knew what you wanted to decide. You knew your decision as soon as you had the thought. If you're taking too much time to ponder on something, you're only trying to think your way out of it. And that's what a lot of people do. That's that pessimistic realism. Um, when they like, you know what, I'll think about it. Most of the time when somebody say I'll think about it, what's gonna happen? Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Even if you was like, nah, I want to do that from the jump. Like, you know what? Let me think about it. It's either I ain't gonna do it or not right now or it's not the right time. It's never the right time, right? It's never the right time. The right time is always right now. It's never gonna be later. Yeah. Think long, think wrong. I love phrases, man. That's it though. That is it. Think long, think wrong. You're taking too much time. You're only thinking your way out of it. When initially the thought got you excited, got you pumped up, you could imagine like, oh man, you seen the possibility when you first had the thought or was introduced to something that you need to make this decision on. When you take the time to think on it, you're only thinking your way out of it. Reality is this pessimistic point of view of realism. Reality is I can't afford that. Reality is I don't got time. Reality is I'm not there yet. I'm not on that level. Reality is I'm not in shape. So I can't go hiking. I can't buy that car. I can't approach that girl, right? I can't invest in that. Reality is that's your limiting beliefs. That's not reality. But you took the time to establish those. So yeah, you usually know what it is that you need. And this is what I was talking about. I'm gonna challenge myself next month. And it's not something that I could show outwardly either. Um, because usually I would like post my daily challenge, but it's not something I could show outwardly. Whereas I'm challenging myself to actually listen to myself, listen to my body, moved by my spirit, not just my mind. Because my mind is powerful and I bring everything else along with it. And I'm pretty self aware. I'm gonna do I do way more for myself than what I have in my past, learning from these bouts of burnout. Um, but I'm definitely gonna be more attentive. I'm gonna be more attentive and I'm gonna challenge myself to do all of what I need to do for me, and listen to myself and be completely self aware and give myself what I know I need in the moment. You feel me? That's my challenge for next month. No matter how difficult and challenging work may be or become, I got to get a workout in, right? No matter how fast paced or on a rush or behind I may get, I still got to drink some water, right? I can't just grab. I know I need energy. I'm a little tired. I'm a little groggy. Cool. I can take a nap. I can stop right quick and breathe, slow things down, all of that. I'm gonna do all of that, man. I can't wait. I haven't waited. I've already started actually, but I'm gonna I'm gonna pay attention to it next month. And I encourage you guys to find something to challenge yourself. All progress is made through challenge. Again, I don't look at problems as problems, they're challenges. These things will improve me, right? So intentionally improve yourself by challenging yourself. That's another topic. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself next month. I will be doing that. But make sure that you guys keep yourself the priority, eating good, drinking water, getting rest, and doing things that are actually meaningful to you, serving your purpose in order to avoid burnout. That's all the time I got this morning. Much love to everybody who's here. I thank you all, right? I'll see you tomorrow, man.